Hey everybody, welcome back here. We're going to be talking about Starfield for the next, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. I don't know. I have a lot to say about Starfield. I think Starfield is an interesting game. I think it has a lot of problems, and I'm curious what they do next. Todd Howard has said, hey, we're going to be doing Starfield for the next 10 years. If you bought the deluxe or premium edition, I think it's the deluxe edition, you get bonus stuff, or you get, there's a $20 extra shit. And it's just like, well, what is this? Does this do anything? Not really. I mean, we don't know what it is. It's been a month since the release of the game, and I thought, like, maybe it's a good time to really make a video about, like, hey, this game is fine. I think it's below Fallout and Skyrim, but I think a big thing people need to think about is this is a brand new style of game that not a lot of people have done, and it's probably been influenced by a few games. Like Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 have been heavily influenced by other kind of Bethesda games and other kind of open world games, and have influenced other games to an extent too. Like, you could probably draw, like, Breath of the Wild has extremely been influenced by Skyrim, like heavily influenced. And then Fallout, there's all sorts of different games kind of in that, is there? I can't even think of one game, I guess. But a lot of open world games have come from Bethesda. This is not an open world game. I think this is like a level game, and I think that's interesting to an extent, and I feel like that should be explained better. Come on. It's weird. When you play, hundreds of hours, everybody's, what is the average time on Skyrim or Fallout? It's nuts. But then you play this and you're like, I've pretty much, without really wringing out like the extra super weird niche side content, like helping these people find a planet or just random, or making drugs on Neon, you could probably finish a lot of the main quest and the side quest in kind of probably 20 hours. And that's it. Like, that's it. Unless you want to dive down into like the base building and some of that stuff and all that. And I was like, sure. But sadly, I don't think a lot of that base building in Fallout was kind of needed, but like, it's just like, hey, you just place down the most basic things, like, hey, a settlement needs to be built. The guy would say that, and you don't have that here. You could build outposts to get resources, but what are the point of the resources? Oh, it's, the craft stuff. Oh my God, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. To get resources, but what are the resources for? For crafting better components and all that. And I really didn't like the crafting in this game. I think crafting is really bad. And it blows my mind how bad it is. So it is another perk system, but it's not on perk system 2. You have to research all that stuff. So, like, how do you... It's not until, like, really late game that I realized, like, oh, you can modify your ship to have that stuff? Okay, let's take out these guys. And it's just like, well, this is not fun. This is stupid. The best guns I've ever had were just guns that I found on the ground, and making my own. It's not easy. Same thing with shipbuilding too. It's like you can go on the internet and see a lot of cool, I don't understand why I'm not targeting this guy. Yep. It just like... Huh, that's interesting. Like, there are certain things you encounter throughout this game. It's like, hey, I could have encountered this person as a USC Vanguard, which I am. I am a full Vanguard. Like, I could be a Citizen 1 when you take out the terramorph problem. But it's this, Consider them transferred. Watch yourself now. Ending transmission. But it's just, like, the shipbuilding is not fun. The perk system, let's get out of this. I'll show you. Where is it? How do I exit on my ship? it's weird. So this is the narwhal that has like a shit ton of like stuff, but one thing that I really don't like is, what is the point of this locker? It can, like, storage is extremely limited on this. I don't understand why you can only hit 40 mass in here. So what's the point of this? I feel like this should be also maybe more than 40, but you also have your cargo here and your atrium. You go down here. And I edited it a little bit to have all this stuff, but like the perk system, like you need to level up weapon engineering, and to get weapon engineer to level up weapon engineering, you have to craft mods, and it's not fun. It's not fun. But to craft mods, some of the cooler mods you have to research, and so to research that stuff, like it's also research for farmer. This is everything. This is everything. Like if you want to, you know, better generators. It's like, what the fuck? This is like, why? Why is this a thing? So it just doesn't make any sense on why this is a thing, you know? And so you have to like, well, this is, to do this, I have to get this and do this. It's like, hey, for some people this is gonna work, but other people, you just don't do it because it's just not entertaining, and you just really don't need it. Because all the guns I have on me, besides like modifying it to the most basic thing, they're all, I found them on the ground, and they're not anything interesting. Like this, I found this on the ground. You know, this, you know, I found on the ground. You know, a lot of the stuff I just found in the gun. You, of course, can rename them. I feel like the weapon modifications in Fallout 4 were so much better. Like, hey, you didn't have to research items too. I don't quite understand the industrial crafters. Like, hey, you can make, you know, hey, you can make all this stuff. I can make zero wire. I need zero wire for some research, but I have to go over here and make it. That was kind of the cool thing about Fallout, is that you just throw it into your workshop, and it kind of flew throughout the whole base, and then you could get points to go through. So no matter what workshop you went to, it would always work. And so it's just like, I kind of want that. And of course you can make a cargo link, but it's just like, this is not fun. It's not adding anything. I think the first thing I really encountered that is carrying capacity. You know, you know, that piece of candy. And at a certain point I realized, like, am I actually going to use any of these resources that are at my hand? You know, am I going to actually do any of this stuff? And the answer is no. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And so I just started selling it. Even minerals that I got, I just started selling them. And it's weird. You know, again, I've played like, you know, almost 80 hours of this game. Same as I say at 80, but the game save is like 75. And I've had a good time. And then recently, you know, I'm still encountering bugs. It's significantly less than the bugs in Fallout. Like I have a save on Fallout 4 where I need to talk to what's his name, the robot detective, the synth detective, but he's stuck. He's stuck, and I can't get him out. And it's just like, well, fuck, what do I do? It was on my Xbox, and so I can't really fix that. But in Starfield, I had to talk to this guy saying, hey, I got this slate. I looked it up online, and they said, hey, you know, put your follower outside. And what if, like, hey, I have Andrea. And I do have Andrea, and I told her, okay. I didn't go, I like literally left the building and then went outside and said, hey, wait here, went back inside, and then the guy still not responded. So what you have to do is you do the console command, and when you do the console command, it straight up says, hey, where the fuck am I going? Achievements will be disabled. And I'm like, okay, this has to be like, hey, I have to do this to complete this quest. I then, you know, okay, go back, save, and then exit the game, because that's been a thing for oh, I'm going over here, for kind of previous Skyrim things, like, hey, yeah, disable, you know, using console commands will, you know, disable achievements, but you can come back and, you know, do that. And this time it didn't. Like, I was doing the Hammerfall quest line where you figure out what the hell it's the final thing for you to do with the Free Star Collective, and I never completed it because I had to use console commands to enable and re-enable this NPC to actually talk to him. And so it's just like, wow. So does that mean that all achievements on this playthrough are now totally fucked? And it's just not interesting. This quest line right here is you deal with the terramorph problem. And the thing is that it's like, oh shit, the terramorphs are all over. You do see the heat leeches all over, but spoilers, the heat leeches are the terramorphs. And somebody that's been kept under wraps in prison knew about this and has been secretly kind of exposed, trying to like start a new war between the collective and the UAC.
My people will have it. Nice, easy one.
When you do Starborn,
then I won't keep you. Make us look good out.
When you do Starborn stuff, you know, if you replay a mission, you do get some better insight and all that, and it's just, you know, you would like to see bigger cities like this around the world, like Aquila. It's a small little rundown western town, and then you have Neon, and that's kind of it. That's kind of it, and I feel like that's kind of depressing. You know, you can go to the far reaches of the planet here. Let's see here. You know, we could go to this planet right here, or let's go to a really far one. Here we go. There we go. Level 60 place, and it's just, you know, there's not really anything here. I can land on this planet. We'll go here. Jump it. Like, I wish this space travel was a little bit better. You know, there's a lot of perks designed for you to, you know, hey, you need to level up space fighting. Like, I have a one where, hey, I can get more crew on your spaceship, but how many spaceships have I destroyed since I've gotten this? Like, let's see, I destroyed 2 since I started recording this video, and let's see. It didn't even register. Destroy or board 5 ships with a crew of 2 or more. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? So to actually do that quest, you want to become like a deputy for the Freestar Collective. And let's see here. I'm like AD mind is going off, and that's over here in Chenya. Go. Yeah. There we go. And then some of these missions, too, revolve around the Crimson Fleet. But I am allied with the Crimson Fleet right now. So it's just, when you attack them, you get a bounty. And especially a lot of these missions are like, hey, clear out this cave. And it's just like, this is weird. And of course, a lot of the random encounters you have with the planet, like, when you go to a system, you see 3 dots on a planet, it indicates that there is a major facility there. You can land on a planet and see minor facilities, but they're always like, hey, the majors you see from space, the minors you have to come down. The minors are barely anything. It's like, here's a cave. Here's, you know, here's this little outcrop. Here's a ship that landed, and it's minor. And these are the, you know, randomly generated things that are just really boring. And it's just like, what is the end goal of this? Like, hey, I think the shooting in this game is good. Same thing with Fallout 4, and I think they really copped it up, and I think, you know, that stuff is good. Okay, so let's destroy Crimson Fleet. Let's do that. And then we're going to have to rescue... This is boarding? No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay. Let's see here. Just rescue the hostage. Okay, we're going to destroy Crimson Fleet. Captain. I think this is it. Okay. Course. Oh wow, I've never actually even seen myself in that ship. And of course, people have like done streams of like they're flying in between bases and all that stuff, but it's just, here's the tip. You go to No Man's Sky for like exploration. You go to Elite Dangerous for kind of space trucking, and then you go to Star Citizen for combat. Yeah, so this guy is friendly to me. Lock on. And then we're just gonna fire missiles. I can't use lasers because the lasers are turrets. There we go. Did that do anything for this? No, it didn't. Destroy or board 5 ships with a crew of 2 or more. What the? Okay, so we're gonna try this. So this is a rescue hostage. Oh my god.
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad.
And if you're looking for ships, it's literally better because, like, being able to fly ships, it's a tier 1. So I'm not even pressing the thing. And you can't destroy these things, too. Yeah. This Star is super slow, but super sweet.
Target shields are fragged.
Yep.
Docking procedure.
So, like, to get the better ships, too, it's a tier 1 thing. And so all you have to do is join the Vanguard and literally just do their simulation. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do to get ship kills.
They know this ship better than we do.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's another thing was like, hey, I boarded one of these things and one of the guys were like in a fucked up situation, so I had to like use my superpower and pull them out of the ground. Look at this. Look at this gun. It's a fucking good gun. Drum pack. Let's see here. So, like, just doing these random missions, you're gonna find a good gun. They sell for like 13 grand. It'd probably get like 5. And it does suck that, like, hey, there's a level 5 here and then a level 4. I don't need money. I don't need the money. I already got like 80, 100,000. Like, this is kind of fun for me. Oop. But, like, it would be better if you could be able to, like, stumble upon, you know, ships too, where you could just like find a ship. Like, there's ships that land. It would be really cool to, you know, board that ship, but sadly you can't. You can't. It's just inaccessible. Would be really cool. I think one mission I did. Oh, there's somebody's gun pointed right at my back. Wow, not cool, buddy. Not cool. Wow. Come here. You done? Like, I think there's some really cool stuff in this game. Like, it's this is super cool. Like, it's just floating right there. There we go.
Hey,
There you
be
go.
careful not to point that thing at me.
I'm not.
Ah, a face I never mind seeing. What can I do for you?
There we go. It's nice gun right there. We'll take that.
Need to catch my breath.
Equip and free. What is equip? Like, I don't understand that. So you have to set them free. What the fuck is that?
Could we talk?
I just knew the Rangers would come through. I never lost faith. You Rangers.
Cool.
After you
And of course,
I
like,
gotta get straight back to it. But thank you.
Cool. Let's get off this. And it's did that do anything? No, No, no. I'm kind of done with this game. I'm curious of what the hey, what happens next for like this game. Like, it's 5 years down. Like, they put out a patch, but they literally only added FOV slider, which is the first time in Bethesda's history that they put an FOV slider. Like, you could change your FOV in a lot of these games, but you know, you had to do it through a console command. So this is Starfield. I think this is an okay game. I don't think this is like, I don't think it's some bad game. I think you have to know what you're getting. I think marketing is so weird. Like, this new Super Mario also came out. Like, oh my god, this is the best Super Mario ever. It's like, no shit, dude. It's Nintendo. Like, they cherish Mario and Zelda are the top tier IPs, and you know, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Video games are so weird nowadays. But anyways, thanks for watching. Starfield's okay. It's just okay. See you on the next one. Bye. Wait, what is it? This.